And two key figures from former President Trump's election interference case in Georgia have won their state primary races. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis won her bid for re-election by a large margin in the Democratic primary. Meanwhile, Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee beat out his opponent to keep his seat. Host of the 538 Politics podcast, Galen Druk, joins me now for more on this and the other election headlines today. Galen, these primaries are happening as former President Trump is also on trial in New York City. So how are his legal issues factoring into the polls right now?
Yeah, so I should say that in Fulton County, that race yesterday that Fani Willis won, that's in a very Democratic county where Biden won in 2020 by almost 75% of the vote. So I think that should have been expected, and it wasn't particularly close. But what I should also say is that when you poll Americans, they want to see all of these trials, these cases completed, wrapped up before the election so that they can make a judgment. And at this point in time, it does not look like that's going to happen. Of course, the defense recently rested in the Manhattan criminal trial of the former president. But that may be the only case that we see go to trial before the election. You know, there's still an open question about the January 6th case, the federal January 6th case. And then I think most legal scholars would tell you that they don't believe that this Fulton County case or the documents case will go to trial by Election Day. And Americans want to see these wrapped up one way or another, right? If he's innocent, then we know he's innocent. If he's guilty, then we know he's guilty.
The former president is also doing some cleanup after being asked in an interview how he felt about restrictions on contraception. He said that he was looking at that. He then posted on social media that he would never consider that. How is the issue of reproductive rights in general factoring in this election, especially with abortion on the ballot in several states?
Yeah, that's a really important question. And I should say in last night's primaries, there was a Supreme Court election in Georgia that was contested over abortion rights. And I should say that the conservative won in that case. So in the battleground state of Georgia, even though abortion was high profile in that race, the Republicans still won. However, that's a sort of a roundabout way of getting at the issue. When we've seen abortion directly on the ballot in deep red states, purple states, and blue states, voters side with legal abortion. And so we're going to see, you know, activists have been working to try to put this on the ballot in states like Arizona or Florida, trying to amp up, I think, probably Democratic turnout. And we will see whether or not that works come the fall. But of course, we have seen that in midterms and in other referenda that voters do care about this issue.
All right. Host of the 538 Politics podcast, Galen Druk. Thanks, Galen.